Kick as a platform is something I generally have no quarrels with. I mean, it did have its fair share of controversies in the past, and at its start, it had a pretty rocky beginning. It had a lack of features. A lot of people hated the people that were running it, Aiden Ross, whatever the case may be. But as it stands right now, I don't think there's too many problems with the site itself. But I think its biggest issue would have to be its image currently. Kick's biggest advocates are like Aiden Ross and Trainwrecks or whatever else. And Trainwrecks is cool, he's pretty established at this point. But Aiden Ross being one of, if not the biggest advocate of the platform, his past is not great, I'll be honest, though he's pretty changed now. And it is kind of hard to separate his fans and his community from him, right? Even if they're changing for the better currently, a lot of people know that his chat and his community used to be pretty bigoted in general. But now it's like, I'm not going to say that's the biggest problem. And as a site, it is thriving. I'm not going to lie. Like, if we're looking at the stats here, 1 million concurrent viewers on the site right now. And, there's 2.6 million on Twitch. It looks like a massive difference. But at the end of the day, Kick as a platform is still pretty new. And it is really hard to just break into this space. But I will say that anything surrounding Kick that goes viral is always something negative. Like, anytime I see anything Kick related or Kick streamer related, it is always negative. Now, the biggest article recently and the biggest news headline recently has been about Rampage Jackson's son, Raja. Now, if you do not know, there was a bit of a problem, right? What happened is Raja was at a wrestling event, and he kind of jumped in the stage and just started going fucking ballistic on this guy. I mean, beating the life out of this guy, literally, bro. He is confirmed to be okay now, but as it stands, that is probably the biggest headline from Kick in the last couple weeks. But there are some other bad ones, and I have to get into these clips right now. So this is the clip from, I believe, last night even. I saw this as I was going to bed. Pretty much, Rampage's son here jumps into the ring, slams this guy, but as you see, he's not fighting back. I think the wrestler fully thought this was part of the show. He's not trying to stop the slam or anything like that. He slams him. He's obviously, the wrestler, it seems like he's still in it, you know what I'm saying? He's not out cold or anything. But then he just goes and throws a bunch of full-on, full-force punches. Now, Raja is a professional fighter. His dad is fucking Rampage of the UFC. Like, a demon, right? The kid knows how to throw a punch, bro. He's wrestled his dad. He's good at fighting. Everything. He's a big dude. Now, yes, these wrestler guys aren't any, like, scrubs or anything like that. But when you're in a show and you fully believe that you're not actually going to get hit with full force, and then you just get slammed and then hit 10 times by a professional fighter, that shit is terrible. This guy went out cold for, I think, probably 30 minutes. There was a clip where Roger got a call after he left this scene, and he got a call, I don't know from who, and the guy is pretty much telling him, yeah, they cannot wake him up. And that is absolutely terrible. But if you look, 25 million views on just this one clip page. But this is everywhere right now. Even my coworkers know about this shit, bro. And they don't even use like streaming platforms and stuff like that often, and they still knew about this. But there was an even worse thing than this. There was a French Kick streamer who was live doing some type of subathon or streaming marathon, whatever the case may be. He has his friends on there. There's a clip of him literally getting tortured. I mean, it's so bad, I'm not even sure I can show you guys, but I'll try to show you guys real quick. So, trigger warning, torture, okay, imagine you and your friend, blah, blah, blah. As you see here, he's pretty much throwing a bottle at him. This guy is getting literally tortured. I mean, he's getting choked. They're suffocating him. All types of nut shit, bro. He's literally screaming for his life in this clip. If you can watch this and not feel any reaction, you actually need to be checked. I've seen so much shit on the internet. I've had unrestricted internet access for the better half of my life. You know what? I'm not even gonna say the better half. My whole life, I've seen live leak shit. I've seen anything possible. And this is still sad to see, no matter who you are. This guy gets tortured. But the worst part is, later in this stream where he seems like he's sleeping, he dies in his sleep, very likely from the injuries he sustained in this video, right? Now, he was dead for about an hour on stream, which sounds terrible, but I cannot completely blame Kick for leaving his stream up because, you know, if you die in your sleep, it's not going to look very different than you just being dead asleep. Okay, I probably shouldn't have said fucking dead asleep, but you get what I'm saying. Now, this is another massive, massive article. Millions of views about this. It's been all over my timeline. Now, what I'm really trying to say here is that I don't think Kick itself is a problem, but I think the branding is going to go downhill and probably cause its biggest downfall. Because everything I see of Kick is either fighting, generally terrible things, or, you know, anything negative. If you can think of something negative right now, it's probably on fucking Kick, right? The first clip I saw this week was this. All right, fucking wrong scene, dumbass. Kick streamer Ozemi knocks out stranger in Vegas, 1 mil. This guy, he's drunk. He bumps into him. Pretty much, he causes a bit of an argument. This guy just goes and knocks him out, obviously, as the title suggests. He's flicking him off, but he's not swinging on him. He's telling him, you know, come here, what you want to do, whatever. He called him a bitch a couple times, but at some point, you have to learn how to let shit go in real life. There was a swing, cuts to the other stream, and there he is. He's fucking out cold. This is not as crazy as the other clips, obviously, but when the only things your site is known for by millions of people is fighting and brutal beatdowns, at what point do you look at your platform and decide to make changes before it goes downhill? I mean, people are all over Twitter, all over whatever platform, whatever social media, pretty much saying that Kick itself just needs to be shut down because there's not enough moderation and there's not enough rules to regulate this site and have it be successful, right? Because as an advertiser, you see a platform that has all this terrible shit going on, you are not going to want to put your brand on any of this. The only people putting their brand on these clips are Stake. And obviously, because Stake already owns fucking Kick. Well, they don't own. I don't know how that shit works. I didn't care to look into it. I'm not going to lie. But Stake and Kick, they go fucking hand in hand. But also, at the end of the day, you have to feel bad for the actual legitimate streamers trying to make a name on that platform because you're getting constantly overshadowed by not even real content. You're getting overshadowed by just straight torture and negativity, which, wow. On Twitch, it's just like, okay, the people bigger than you, yeah, they might be doing some dirt traps or they might be doing some sleep streams or things you may not actually care about, like girl content, whatever. But on Kick, the only other things on the site that are big that I have seen clips of, now I don't even tap into any Kick streamers, and the clips I've seen besides fighting and torture have been pretty much girls slipping up on camera, nip slips, she forgot a mirror was behind her and she stretched her ass out, or, you know, whatever the case may be, bro. I'm like, at the end of the day, you can start to see who it's targeted for. Now, one of the last points I really want to hit is not even about the streamers themselves, but the viewers. Now, you remember I talked about the French streamer who actually died on stream? Somebody in the replies of that said, who's got the clip? Now, one of the replies to this who's got a clip comment is, it's boring. He just died in his sleep. It's not even good content. He didn't choke or anything good. What is the good part supposed to be about this guy dying on stream? Is that the content these niggas are seeking out? It's so weird to me, bro. It blows my mind. And sure, this guy got a lot of backlash, but you have to understand that just because a few people are just bashing him or whatever, there's probably 100 or 1,000 other people that were low-key thinking the same thing. And the fact that the who's got a clip is one of the top replies on this post is genuinely sad. Because what do you get out of going to watch this guy die? You're not a doctor. You're not a journalist. You just want to see the clip because you get entertainment out of watching this guy die on live stream. And you would think it's just like, whatever, kids, right? It is grown men doing this. It's grown men that want to see this shit. And that is what genuinely is mind-boggling to me. And it kind of brings me to the question, is Kick really even a platform for creators? Or is it just a platform to farm controversy and hope you get paid for it? And for the shareholders and the stakeholders that are in Kick, you have to start thinking about the longevity of your platform when the only thing people are really coming from outside sources to see are like the brand risk boxing events and like bigger events held by anyone else. Most people aren't going on there to find new streamers anymore. I'm not gonna lie. At first, I was very interested in Kick because, okay, freedom of speech. You know, a lot of people I like to watch went over there. Rage, Bruce went over there. So I was like, you know what? It could be a good thing. But after what, a year or two, it hasn't really been interesting to me. And I'm sure there are a lot of other people that feel the same way. They just scroll and everything I want to see on Kick is pretty much popping up on my TikTok feed anyway. Because Rampage Jackson and his son were making phenomenal content. Like, watching their bond in real life is so interesting to see. Because he pretty much created his own best friend. And that's so cool, right? But if I want to go see that, I'll just wait for it to pop up on my Twitter or my TikTok. Because at this point, I have no real reason to open Kick and wait for any of these streamers. Anyway, I don't really have too much else to say. I really just wanted to make this video real quick because it felt like a topic I just needed to talk about. And it felt like something nobody else was really bringing up. I don't know why. I've not seen any videos about this shit. So I just thought I'll do it myself. Appreciate y'all for watching if you got here. I'm not going to ask you to like and sub up. Do whatever you want, gang. I'll catch y'all later.